Just to pick up on one of your points around transformation taking quite a lot of time, and its technology is so fast paced that by the time you've implemented it, it's out of date. I mean, how do you get around that? You talked a little bit maybe about this sort of incremental improvements, but if you're doing a transformation project which is taking sort of 3 to 5 years, as you said, it's literally you're going to be starting again before you do it. And how do you manage that?
I mean, that is both the enjoyment and the pain of working in transformation, I think, is trying to, mindset is a really powerful thing, and it's trying to keep people on that journey. And if that journey is a fairly lengthy one, and you have resources changing throughout that time, then you've really got to look at what's happening right now, but essentially have like, a crystal ball that shows you what's going to happen in 5 years as well. And I think the idea is to try and offer some value, right? Give somebody something today, okay? And I think when you're looking at, pure project management, if you think, I'm going to throw a few things out, being agile and safe, Prince 2, there's lots of different, transformation methodologies out there. And I think some people think, when they think about Prince 2, it's like, right, you've got to have everything up front before you can even start doing any coding or any change, right? And agile is all about, no, you do a little bit now, and then you go live with something, and then you do a little bit, and then you go live with something. It's really tough, though, to be agile in such a complex, technologically challenging company like AGCS, given all the countries that we serve and the size of our business as well. So therefore, you've really got to look at, what are your quick wins? Okay, how do you, and I can give you an example. For example, we went in a couple of years ago, we did something called Simply Smarter Together. It was like, a 9-week project where we went into a particular lab and we looked exactly at how they did their processing today. So what the underwriters did when they really did key in the submission information and how long it really took. And, don't get me wrong, we've got some solid hard workers, okay? But when we actually then added up all the numbers, they were doing 23-hour days. And I remember going back to the regional head saying, don't get me wrong, I know your team works super hard, but that is just not physically possible. Yeah. That's not happening. So when they say it takes 450 minutes to do the initial review of the submission, then you're like, no, it might take you 450 minutes to do the pricing part, because we know that's more complicated, but, not to do the domicile check, which is to send an email to another country to find out if they've also got the same submission requests from the broker, right? So we went in, we calculated all of this, and we were able to actually make some really solid time savings, but in a 3-month period, and that really made a huge difference. And any transformation exercise, you must have the buy-in of the leadership. It is absolutely crucial. If you do not have that, it will fail. Okay. And sometimes you get people saying, oh, you want a top-down approach, or you want a bottom-up approach, or you want a top and a bottom approach. But at the end of the day, you need everyone who's involved in the process engaged and understanding. And what we did, which was really, really helpful, is we had the people in their teams in a single room, okay, looking at each other and talking to each other about what caused them pain along the value chain. Because sometimes you can get a little bit blinkered and you just see your day job ahead of you, and you're maybe not so aware of what's happening in somebody else's team. And once that level of understanding is then generated, people are then less defensive, and they're more progressive in terms of working together. Collaboration, absolutely key to any success.